Hi guys, and welcome back to Simply Forex, the channel dedicated to you, the trader. We want you to be successful in the markets. So guys, I'm going to give you some gold every day. I'm going to let you know which currency pairs I'm looking to trade and which direction. And I'm also going to let you know which news that you must be aware of. So let's take a look at the chart and what I'm potentially going to trade today. Top of the morning, traders. How are we? I hope you are all good. What is today? Today is Thursday, the 29th of September. Where do the weeks go? My weeks are... as always, guys, we're going to look back at yesterday's trade, just the one, gold. We're going to look at today's potential trade, and we're going to look at the important news for today as well. And we also got a load of other things. So there's some interesting trades come out of Discord on our Discord channel. So yeah, we're going to look at a few of those as well. As always, guys, just a couple of reminders. Don't forget our live stream every Wednesday, 6:30 AM London GMT. Yeah, we discuss everything trading. You can ask as many questions as you like. And yeah, it's very good for your trading knowledge. So our live stream on Wednesday mornings. Don't forget that, guys. Also, we've got a Discord channel. You can join the link. The link is in the where is it? It's in the comments below the video. All right. So you've also got a Discord channel, and it is a good place for us to all chat and discuss some of the trades of the day. And also, guys, don't forget we're now offering a mentorship program. So if you would like to be mentored by myself, then we're offering a mentorship program. If you're interested in this, then please email us at hellosimplyforex@gmail.com. Okay, enough of all that. Let's look at yesterday's trade singular. So it was gold, guys. Yeah, we were looking at gold from yesterday. Okay, and as you can see, this is the day chart, and price was clearly in a downtrend. Lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows. Remember, we had the box of indecision, and then price broke out of that and started to come lower. Okay, so we were like, sellers are in control, let's keep selling this market. And we also had this wick on this green candle. I know it's a green candle, but this wick was still telling me there was selling pressure. Okay, so for all those reasons, we were trying to short this market. But as you can see, guys, yesterday was the day that the markets took a bit of a turn. Yeah, so this candle here was obviously not in the direction that we wanted. Okay, and because of this candle now, guys, I would not be looking to short this pair today. Yeah, if you want to short this very large green candle, be my customer. Do your worst. But I am not. Yeah, be my guest was the phrase I was looking for. But yeah, I am not willing to short this candle at all. Okay. I'm not saying it won't come back down. It may well do because it's in a downtrend, but I will not be shorting this candle now. Okay, so that's what happened on gold on the day chart. But let's look at the H1 now, because this is always our entry time frame, guys. All right, and look at this. So that's that large daily candle. Yeah, came shooting up. So this is such an important message, guys. Yeah, this goes to show how important it is to have your criteria in place before you even start the trading day. All right, on your H1 chart, it's so important to know how you are going to trade. You need to know what you are going to do with this, for example, gold, before you even do it. That is so important. Okay, so what we were planning, we had this grey zone, we had this grey zone. Okay, so we were looking for price to react in these grey zones. Okay, think of it as a sports person. You know, when a footballer takes a penalty or takes a free kick, he's visualized what he wants to do before he does it. It's the same with trading, guys. Think of it as a sport. Yeah, we need to know what we're going to do, how we're going to perform, and be in the right mindset to perform. Okay, there's a lot of similarities with trading and sport. Okay, so bearing that in mind, we said to ourselves before the day started, in this grey zone, if we get a bearish reaction, we will short the market. Yeah, didn't happen. Thank God, because it comes shooting up. Then if it comes to our second grey zone, if we get a reaction, we will short the market. Okay? And in this grey zone, I mean, it's just sort of overnight for me. Yeah, I mean, I'm not awake, guys. I am not trading this. And this is just overnight, no volume in the market. Okay? So I wouldn't be shorting any of this. I'm not awake, to be quite honest, to short any of this. But for those of you who are, okay, let's say you got in on this candle. Maybe. Okay? For me, none of these are bearish enough. Yeah. Okay. But let's say you got in on this candle, guys. Yeah. You put your stop above here. I think you'll still get your risk to reward of 1:1. Okay. You could probably take it down to potentially these highs. This would be my first target where I close 80%. Or you could even make it back down to the grey zone here, these highs here. Okay. So if you are in this trade, I expect you will get your risk to reward of 1:1. Yeah, close 80%, let 20% run. But, yeah, if you are in profit, you could close it, guys, because the day chart, if I go back to this day candle, look at that. You don't want to short that candle. Yeah, you just don't. All right, so if you are in this trade, bear that daily candle in mind. We go back to the H1. Yeah, you do have a bit of potential room to the downside. Could be here if you are in this pair. I didn't trade it. Like I said, didn't get a setup here, didn't get a setup here, and then I'm in bed. Okay. So, guys, the important message here is visualize what you are going to do, like a sportsman taking a penalty. Yeah, visualize what you're going to do before you're going to do it. You don't want to get to a point where you're trading, you're thinking, shall I? Shan't I? Or maybe I could, let's see. No, you need to have a clear picture what you are going to do before you do it. Remember that. So that was the only trade from yesterday, guys, and that was the gold. So we didn't have a trade on this. And if you are in it short, yeah, get out for a small profit potentially. All right, guys. Yeah, let's take a look at today's trades now. Guys, we only had the one trade yesterday, and it just didn't meet our criteria, so we couldn't trade it. So no trades yesterday, and it was a blessing because it went in the direction we wasn't expecting. But if you enjoyed the recap, then please join us. Yeah, subscribe to the channel, smash that notification button, guys, and also smash the like button. Help support our channel. Thank you. Today, guys, we've got lots to talk about, all right? We're going to talk about a few of the trades that we discussed on our Discord channel. Okay, so if you want to be part of our Discord channel, guys, the link is in the comments below the video, all right? And we were discussing a few trades in there yesterday, which I'm going to look at for you guys now before the trade ideas. Yeah, and then I'm going to give you the trade ideas like I do every morning. Okay, so yeah, lots to talk about. I'm just trying to gear my brain up to fit it all in. All right, so today is Thursday, the 29th of September. All right, one of the first trades we were discussing in our Discord channel. So these are not trade ideas, guys. These are just discussing trades that we looked at on our Discord channel. Okay, so US dollar, Swiss franc, but also, guys, is a very good very good for your learning curve, yeah, to discuss these trades, why we did trade them, how we trade them, why we didn't, the little, nuances with trading. So, this is not a trade idea, we're just discussing it. US dollar, Swiss franc. Okay, so yesterday, a lot of my subscribers on the Discord channel were looking at this level. Yeah. Yeah, which makes sense, guys. Yeah, it's a good level. Okay. Let me just move it down. So it's a good level. And also, if you look on the day chart, guys, it's a good level. Yeah, because it's corresponding with these last highs here, from here. Okay. So everything is saying that is a good level. Okay. The reason why US dollar Swiss franc wasn't a trade idea yesterday is this. This entire area here is weekly resistance. Yeah, it's weekly resistance. Okay. It's quite a large area, don't get me wrong, but that is all resistance. Okay. If we go back to the day chart, yeah, potentially it's a great trade, isn't it? We come up, we come back, we retest these last highs here, and then we go back up. Okay. So if we go down to the H4, yeah, this grey zone made a lot of sense to people. Okay. I didn't trade it because it's going into weekly resistance. Okay. So this was not a trade idea, as you know. But then as price comes down and hits this grey zone, there's a few things you've got to ask yourself. So with how much strength is price coming down? And you could argue this H4 candle is pretty strong. Yeah, it's a pretty strong candle. Sellers are in control. Yeah, and then obviously it breaks and we have this candle. Sellers are definitely in control. But we don't know that until, yeah, we don't know about this candle, yeah, at the grey zone. All right, but this H4 candle, first of all, is telling us there's a lot of strength hitting into this important grey zone. Okay, then we go down to the H1 chart. All right, and then guys, if we do want to long at these, if we want to long in this grey zone, if we want to look for longs, you have to have a candle that tells you buyers are in control. So bearing in mind, we've just had this H4 candle, yeah, coming down. Yeah, I'm gonna have to see a pretty bullish H1 candle to start buying it. All right, and we do get these two candles. Okay, but for me, they are not strong enough. Yeah, the bodies, these are red candles, and the bodies on them are quite large. Although the wicks are reasonable, yeah, the bodies on them are still, yeah, they're still large red bodies on the candles. Okay, so for me, we do not get a strong enough candle to start buying this market. Simple as that. Okay, and then sure enough, because of all this downward selling pressure, and let's be honest, it was a day where the majors all fought back against the dollar. Yeah, so when this grey zone hasn't had a strong reaction, this candle eventually breaks this zone. All right, and then when that happens, you could look for shorts. Yeah, remember guys, you need to be flexible in the market. You do have to have a clear picture of how you're going to trade, but if price doesn't do what it's meant to do, then you have to adapt. And then once I see this candle, guys, what I was discussing on the Discord channel is I want to see this. I then want to see price come back up to this grey zone, yeah, and then I want to see price come down. Okay. Instead, yesterday price just come down. Okay, and didn't give us a retrace or an opportunity to get into this pair. The downward selling pressure was just too much. Yeah, so that's what I was talking about in the Discord. I want to see a retrace, and then I can take price lower, because it also allows me. Let's imagine we get an entry candle here. Okay, this is my entry candle. This is a red candle, if you can imagine that. Because it gives me this, it then gives me a place where I can put my stop above here. Yeah. So price comes back up. We see this red candle come shooting down. It's an entry candle. I enter on the close. Yeah. My stop loss is here. And then I can take price down. Okay. But if I don't get this, there's nothing to hide my stop behind. All right. So yeah, these are the things I was discussing on the US dollar Swiss franc yesterday. So we need these things to happen, well, for me to get into a trade. Yeah, but instead this just went whew. Okay. So that was US dollar Swiss franc from the Discord channel yesterday. Let's remove that. Another trade that was briefly discussed on the Discord channel was Euro New Zealand dollar. So the day chart, guys, obviously, yeah, this can. Oh, I haven't been drinking. These two candles weren't formed. Okay, these two candles. Imagine these two candles were not there. All right. So we were seeing this, but it would already hit my higher time frame target. Okay, but we're looking for longs. It wasn't one of my trade ideas because the other day it had already hit my target. Okay, and then some of you guys were telling me that we were seeing a retrace on the Euro New Zealand dollar. Okay, and we did. And this grey zone here is an old grey zone that we had. Okay, because we were shorting this. Remember, we shorted this candle and took price all the way back up to here. Okay, but that was a couple of days ago. But when price comes down to here, yeah, we had this candle. Okay, and I remember some of you were saying, is it a good time to buy? And for me, it was. But because price is breaking down, you cannot expect price to come back up to these highs. Yeah, you can't. Yeah, because price is breaking down. You can see that in the candles. But what we can do is take price back up to this last high here. Okay, this last high over here, yeah, is a good target. So let's say you entered here, put your stop here, you would have had a nice risk to reward up to here. Okay. So that's how we could have traded that one. So yes, you could get into it, but don't expect price to come back up to here. Have a more conservative target. I think I said 7050 for the target on the Discord channel, and it pretty much reacted at that point. What I am seeing, guys, we go to the H4. What I am actually seeing, guys, is a potential head and shoulders pattern. Yeah, shoulder, head. This could be the shoulder. And we come back down. But we shall see. We will see what the candlesticks tell us to do. All right, so that was Euro New Zealand dollar against that we looked at yesterday as well. And then just finally, one more trade from the Discord channel yesterday. Carlos, one of our regular viewers and subscribers, he was talking about Aussie dollar, Canadian dollar. Okay, so this is the day chart. All right, so let's go down to where he was looking to short this pair first of all. Okay, so he had pinpointed this zone as a potential short area, and then there was also a zone through here as well. Okay. Okay, so you can see these two grey zones, yeah, and yeah, well done on plotting these zones. These make perfect sense to me. You had this area here. So for all of these reasons that I've just highlighted, this is a good zone and this is a good zone. Okay, but two things. What you've got to ask yourself is look at this buying pressure. Yeah, the market is trying to tell you that buyers are coming back. Yeah, think of it as a story. So sellers were in complete control, taking it down. Then sellers were like, da, 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 and they come back into the story. Okay, so it kind of, yeah, but it doesn't ignore this level. It doesn't ignore this first grey zone, but this candle and this candle do not tell me sellers are in control because of this candle before it, this green candle. It's far larger than these red candles. Okay? But when price comes back up to here, this is a good entry candle. We've had green, 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 followed by a doji, then a very aggressive bearish candle. And if you did get in on this pair, yeah, here, put your stop loss here. The thing is, my target would be the grey zone. Okay, so back up to these H1 highs here. So you would just about get your risk to reward of 1:1. I would have closed 80% by now. If you were in this trade, close 80%, all right, and then let 20% run. But because of this daily candle, I just would not be looking for shorts anymore. Yeah, just wouldn't. Yeah, shorts are not on the cards for me with this pair. So if we go back to the H1, if you manage to get into a short, close your trade for 100%. Yeah, that candle is here. It's telling us buyers want to take control. So I think price from here could come at least back up to here. Okay, so yeah, if you did get into here, then great, get your 1:1, close 100%, and then see what happens to this pair. Don't keep trying to short that very large green bullish daily candle. All right, guys, so that was all the trades from Discord yesterday. Let's look at a few trade ideas for today now. So the trade ideas for today are at ATTs. ATTs, that is against trend trades. So to be honest with you, any of the US dollar pairs or any of the yen pairs. All right, so let's take a look at a few. So yeah, we've got euro yen. Yeah, this has had we pinpointed this grey zone a couple of days ago, but this has had a huge reaction from this grey zone. I think we could take price back up to here. Okay. We've also got, but arguably this is against trend, yeah, because price was in an uptrend, but when these lows here were broken, it's in a downtrend. Okay. So this was a potential trade idea, but it's not the trade idea I chose. And we've also got New Zealand dollar. Yeah, it's come back down to this grey zone again. We pinpointed this a couple of days ago, this grey zone. And again, price has pushed off aggressively with this green candle. So again, this is a potential long, but this is in a downtrend. Yeah, it's broken these lows. Okay. But also, you know, you would be perfectly sane and, yeah, Copas Mentas if you bought Euro Yen and bought New Zealand Yen today. No problem. But for me, the trade idea for today, well, there's others, but out of the yen pairs is this. It's the Canadian dollar against the Japanese yen. Okay? Because, yeah, this is in an uptrend still. Okay? It's probably one of the only ones with the uptrend. So this was in an uptrend. Yeah? You can argue this was a low. Okay? And it's come back down and tested these lows here. All right. So it's still in an uptrend. Okay. And we had this green candle, yeah, yesterday that formed. Okay. So you could trade any of the yen pairs, but I'm looking at Canadian dollar yen because it's still with trend. Okay. So looking at the day chart, we can trade this long. You can trade New Zealand yen, you can trade euro yen, but I'm going to focus on Canadian dollar yen. So my target would be here. Okay. So you've got to bear in mind, if we look at the weekly chart, guys, there's still selling pressure. Okay. Still clearly in an uptrend. Yeah. All right. Still clearly in an uptrend, but we have had some selling pressure. All right, so if we go back to the day chart, I'm just looking to take price back up to these areas here of support. They were once support. So the idea is just to come up to this blue line. Will it come up to here? Maybe. But because of that selling pressure, my target is conservative. All right, so we've looked at the day chart and we're looking to buy for those reasons. It's in an uptrend. We've got this bullish green candle. Weekly chart is in an uptrend, so it ticks enough boxes. We're then going to go down to the H1 chart, guys, and we're going to start looking for our grey zones. So, okay, it's a messy chart, isn't it? Very messy. So a couple of things here. Okay, so we've got this. This is an important zone. Would price come down to here? Price could come down to here. Okay. Let's have a quick look on the H4. It's such a messy chart, guys. Sometimes. So yeah, these two grey zones make sense on the H4. Go back to the H1. I mean, there is another grey zone in here somewhere, but I'm just going to leave it at that, guys. All right. Do I want to put another grey zone in there? No, we're going to leave it at these two grey zones, guys. All right. So what we want to see, we've got two potential trades here. So if I come down here so you can see the higher time frame target. All right. So price, first of all, could come down, back down to these lows. Okay. If it does, great, we're going to get good value for money. Then we can look for a bullish reaction and we can then enter the trade. I would take price back up to this grey zone, close 80%, yeah, and then leave 20% to run, guys. Okay, so that would be my first trade idea. This is, remember what I spoke about earlier, you need to visualize how you're going to trade this pair before you've even started the day. Yeah, visualize what you're going to do. Okay, and then, yeah, take price back up to here. The next idea, I'm going to zoom out for this one, is this. So this is quite an important level here, okay? So what we would like to see, guys, is price push up through this grey zone, one of the H1 candles to stay closed above this grey zone. Then we want to see price come back in here. We get a bullish reaction of some kind. We can then enter the chart, and then I think we can take 100% of the trade back up to this blue line. Okay, so a couple of ideas there. Yeah, remember we love this pattern. What was once resistance, breaks, becomes support, we get it. Yeah, we love, 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 love this pattern. So a couple of criteria that needs to be met before we trade this pair. All right, guys, so Canadian dollar against the Japanese yen, that is the first trade idea for today. But also, guys, I know I focused on this pair, but also New Zealand yen, euro yen, pretty much all of the yen pairs apart from US dollar yen. Yeah, you could trade an against trend trade. Okay, so Canadian dollar, Japanese yen. The next one, guys, to look at is this. This is the US dollar pairs. So similar to the yen pairs, these will be against trend trades. Remember, against trend trades are riskier. Okay, and before I show you this, guys, if you're enjoying this analysis, then please subscribe to the channel, smash the notification button, and also smash the like button, guys. Yeah, come join us. We do this every day. And don't forget the Discord channel. The link is in the comments below. And we also do a mentorship program now where I will personally mentor you. If you're interested in that, please email us at hellosimplyforex@gmail.com. All right, my editor will be happy. He will not beat me now. So, yeah, now we're going to look at US dollar pairs. So, again, pretty much all of these could be an against trend trade. This is US dollar, Canadian dollar. Look at this reaction, okay? And we have loads of room to move into before we hit the moving average 20 or even these last highs. Okay, so US dollar CAD is a possibility, yeah. Pound against the US dollar, yeah, again, bullish candle, possibility. Yeah, take price back up to this moving average 20. Yeah, so we're definitely seeing some reversal candles on yen pairs and on US dollar pairs. Okay, so again, this is a possibility. I also want to show you something quickly on the pound US dollar. So if you're a news trader, trade the news. If you're not, don't. Simple as that. Yeah, you could say the Bank of England are looking to intervene. They might do this, they might do that. I'm going to buy, I'm going to sell. Yeah, don't do that. There's going to be loads of news coming out about the pound in the next few days. It could do this. But I remember there was news come out yesterday. And look how it reacted. Okay? So this was the news. Okay? Yeah, so there were some comments made about intervention with the pound, blah, blah, blah. It's all noise to me. Yeah, I'm a technical trader. Okay? I have a macroeconomic view, but I am a technical trader. This is news. Yeah, price comes shooting down. Yeah, we're all thinking, right, it's broke these lows. Yeah, it's broke these lows. Pound is doomed. Let's sell. Yeah, the news is telling me to sell. It's broke this zone. Sell. And then what happens? Markets ignore the news. Yeah, and come shooting back up. You would have got stopped out. You would have had a very heavy loss on this pair. Yeah, don't trade the news unless you're a news trader. I am not a news trader. I know when the news comes out, the important news. I try not to be in a trade when it comes out, or I move my stock closer. Yeah. Or I take some small profit before it comes out. So unless you're a news trader, don't trade the news. To me, a lot of the news is just noise. It's just noise in the background. Yeah. I'm aware of it, of course I am, but I don't want it to affect my technical trading and what I am seeing. All right. So I just wanted to show you that, guys. News. Sell. Market said, ha. All right. So be careful of trading the news unless you know how to do it. Okay. But pound, yeah, going back to the trade idea, pound, yeah, quite easily be against trend trade. But the one I'm looking at today, guys, the one I'm going to focus on is this New Zealand dollar against the US dollar. I'm focusing on this one because if we go down to the weekly chart, yeah, we can see that this grey zone is historical support. Yeah, and we're getting a reaction now. All right. So this is why I chose that one. It's actually hitting some historic support. A lot of the others are in areas of the unknown. Yeah, there is no historical support. They're at such lows or at such highs. There is no historical data to work from. But New Zealand US dollar gave me this information. All right. So this is why I'm looking at this as a trade idea. Okay. So New Zealand US dollar, guys. All right. So obviously it's an against trend trade. Yeah. Price is in a downtrend. Okay. But it's reacted at this grey zone. And we've got this very large reversal candle. And we've got a lot of room again, like all of the US dollar pairs, we've got a lot of room to move into. To be honest with you, because of the way the US pairs are at the moment, I am probably going to have my target conservative. If I ever get there, I'm going to go for this level. Okay, so 5,750, or even push it up to 5,800. We'll have a couple of. These are just the next psychological levels in the market. So we've got 5,750 and 5,800. Yeah, you'll see a lot of the time I like 50s and 100s. Okay, so These are my two higher time frame targets. I'm now going to jump down to the H1 chart. I'm going to remove this grey zone because it's humongous. And then I'm going to look at what we can do. So what can we do here? All right, so I'm seeing a grey zone through here. All right, so this is our first grey zone. Obviously, price could come back and test these lows, but I think it's unlikely because of that bullish daily candle, but we'll put that grey zone in anyway. And I think this will be the two grey zones, guys. All right, so what we want to see on the New Zealand US dollar, let's have a quick look on the H4 as well. Yeah. So this also gives me encouragement, guys. So this here was the last H4 high, and this candle has broken that H4 high. So H4 structure now has higher highs. Remember, our job is to look for confluence, and this gives me more confluence. Wonderful. I love confluence. Confluence equals confidence. Right, guys, so yeah, we've got our two grey zones. Okay, so what we want to see is price come down to this grey zone, yeah, which corresponds with this area here, and this last low here. So we want to see price come back down to this grey zone. We get a bullish reaction. We take price, first of all, back up to this H1 high. This is always our first target, and we close 80%. Okay? Close 80%, and then we let 20% run, because I would probably let 20% run up to this higher time frame target, and you can just trail your stop accordingly depending on price action. Okay, if that doesn't happen, price could come back down all the way down to these lows, but I don't expect it to because of the bullishness of the daily candle, but it could. So if price comes down to here, we can get we want to see a bullish reaction. I'd probably take profit off in this grey zone, 80% here, and then I would let 20% run. All right, guys, so New Zealand US dollar long. Price may not even get down to this grey zone because of that daily candle is so bullish. Let's say we get a really bullish reaction now. Then I also think you could pull the trigger on the trade there as well. We get a strong enough H1 candle before this grey zone. I also think that's an opportunity to come higher. Okay, so a few options. So in my head, I know before I trade this pair for the day, I've got 3 ideas that I know I can trade. Okay, if they don't happen, the trade doesn't happen. Simple. All right, guys. So yeah, the trade ideas for today is Canadian dollar against the Japanese yen. We're looking to buy that, and also New Zealand dollar against the US dollar. We're looking to buy that as well, guys. Okay, so they're the 2 trade ideas for today. They are against trend trades, so bear that in mind. Canadian dollar yen isn't actually. But let's take a look at the news now. Guys, if you're enjoying this daily morning analysis and want to receive it every morning, then come join us. Subscribe to the channel, smash the notification button, and also smash that like button. Help support the channel. Thank you. So news for Thursday, the 29th of September. So nothing overnight, guys. The first piece of important news that we're interested in today is all the way down here. And it is at 1:30 London GMT. We've got a lot of data coming out. So at 1:30 we've got GDP coming out of the US. So this is super important at the moment. You know, we want to see some growth in the economy. So this is a 3-star rating. We've also got some employment data, initial jobless claims, another 3-star rating coming out of the US. And then coming out of Canada, we've got GDP figures as well. Okay, so if you're in a US dollar, Canadian dollar trade, that could be particularly volatile at 1:30. Okay, and then at 2 o'clock, guys, we've got a speaker, Governor Orr from the Royal Bank of New Zealand. is speaking at 2 o'clock London GMT. So he could really move the Kiwi. All right, guys, so that's the news for today. I hope you've enjoyed the vid. If you have, please subscribe, like, and share. I hope you have a great trading day, guys, and I'll see you tomorrow.